No, I think it's just about acceptable. But of course, the important issues are still to be resolved. The most important thing that Theresa May said, she said in the Lancaster House speech almost a year ago now, which was, as far as trade is concerned, that no deal is better than a bad deal. And I'm afraid that there is still a risk that she may be prepared to conclude a bad deal. And she was right first time. No deal, that is to say, trading with the European Union on exactly the same basis as we trade with the United States and most of the rest of the world, is no problem. But a bad deal would be a very great problem. So there are problems ahead, worries ahead, but so far so good.
Do you think the main problem is that the EU is going to demand further what they call regulatory alignment, where we would still have to obey most of the rules of the European Union, even though we don't pay in and even though we have no say over any new rules? That seems to me to be the main danger.
I think you're right. And I think we have to make it absolutely clear that regulatory autonomy for the United Kingdom is absolute. It's a red line. There's no way we can concede that. The Brexit, a lot of nonsense is talked about a hard Brexit or a soft Brexit. Is that whether you're in favour of Brexit or not, there's no such thing as hard or soft. Soft is a sort of cloak for not having Brexit at all. And or even worse than that, being a colony of the European Union. So we have to say that we voted to leave the European Union in order to regain our independence, and independence includes being in charge of your own regulatory regime. You may want some of your regulations to remain exactly as they are today, exactly the same as the European Union. You may not, and others you may not, but you will do them in what is the interest of the British people and British business and industry.
So what you're talking about is
an absolute red line.
What you're talking about is doing a trade deal more along the lines of Canada than anything else. But there wouldn't be a services part to that trade deal, would there necessarily? No,
but as far as services is concerned, the single market scarcely exists because although the idea was, when it was set up, that the regulations for services in every member country will be the same, they are still today not the same. So I think that the deal we should do, if they will accept it, I don't believe for a moment they will, and even if per impossibile the Commission and the governments of the member states of the European Union agree to it, the European Parliament wouldn't. So, but I think that the idea that what we should offer is a complete absence of tariffs, complete free trade, which we have at the moment. But if we don't have that, we go to WTO rules. But in no way could we sacrifice our regulatory autonomy. Our regulatory autonomy is important in two ways. One, it is what enables us to do trade deals with the faster growing markets of the rest of the world. Without that, we can't. But the other thing is that it enables us to have a regulatory system which is good for British business and British industry, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises, many of which do little or no.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.